and moving on to the Miami Heat. The only way the Heat are going to beat anybody these days is by blowing people out.
Yeah, that whole thing, keep it close, we'll win it at the end. That's a bad deal. Let's go against the Bulls and the Big Three's crisis du jour. There's LeBron against the Bulls, the Celtics, the Mavericks, the Spurs. We're talking the good team, 0-8, including a loss by 30 in San Antonio on Friday. Last time that these two teams played, about 10 days ago, Chris Bosh was 1 of 18 from the field. So tough layup. He got it to go there. Shooters shoot. He's 48% during the regular season so far. You knew he was going to find his way. 5 of 8 from the field, 15 points in the first half. It started well again, Chris.
Well, those two possessions right there, the other thing is Bosh is catching below the free throw line, which I think is a really key point.
Off the turnover, Luol Deng. Yeah, peek behind you because old LeBron James will come and he'll pick you from behind and block you. That one goes down. Bulls down 3. Under a minute to play in the first half. Heat up 7. James drains the 3. He had 17 in the first half. Heat led by 9, 49-40. So good first 24 minutes.
Not bad at all. Even that shot there, nice spacing. And LeBron for a rhythm jump shot.
But after the third quarter, 2-point game. Dwayne Wade, your thoughts?
When I look and see number 6 and number 3 out there, I feel that we should close games, and I don't think we're doing that. So as leaders, us two need to do a better job of making sure that our team close games.
There you go, superstars take it upon themselves in the fourth quarter. Whoops, James missing, Wade missing, little opening and out. Now you can constricting, right? You can feel the cheese binding.
And all of a sudden they start attacking from the top of the floor off the dribble, where Chicago's defense is set.
Derrick Rose drives, hits the tough lay-in, goaltending there. So Rose had 27, Bulls up 2. Dwayne Wade looking. No. I have no on that. 7 turnovers. $1:12 to go. Heat down 3. Wade draws the double team, passes to Mario Chalmers, who got a lot of burn in this one. 31 minutes. Ties it up at 84. Mike Bibby had been playing some since coming with the team, but Chalmers down the stretch all the way in this one. 32 to go. James gives it to Chalmers, drives, lays it in. Good facilitation there by LeBron.
Both possessions there look just fine, where the ball movement created the defensive shift. And here, Mario Chalmers got a blow-by right by Joakim Noah.
Heat up 86-84. 17 seconds to go. Bulls down 1. Luol Deng, after making the first throw, misses the second free throw. Fouled by Mike Miller. He got 2 more free throws.
Huge play by Joakim Noah. Eric Spoelstra inserted Eric Dampier just to get that rebound. Noah kept it alive and basically won the game by keeping that ball, getting a loose ball back to Deng.
Deng, 75% free throw shooting during the regular season. Guess what? He made 3 or 4 in the sequence, so the Bulls are up 87-86, 16 seconds to go. Now, who wants it, right? We take a look at the Big Three, how they perform when the Heat trail by 3 or fewer in the final 10 seconds of the game. James is 1 for 7. Wade 0 for 5. Bosh 0 for 1. So, you know what? They try. They just don't make. Here we go. James on Noah. Misses the lay-in. Wade grabs the rebound. So we got 1 miss. Fires that one off. Nothing. And the Bulls are going to win at 87-86. They're pumped. Coach Tom Thibodeau's pumped. Take me through the possession here.
Well, like I said earlier, LeBron started at the top of the floor. All defenders were focused on him. He had no outlets. Mike Miller was in the corner. He came to the paint, and Dwayne Wade had to force up this desperation shot.
And Mike Miller 0 for 5 shooting on Sunday, 0 for 4 for 3, so maybe you don't want to give it in his hands at that point. Anyway, Bulls, again, by a point. James 26, Wade 20. Miami loses 4 straight games, 3rd straight home game. They've blown a double-digit lead. It allows the Bulls to take over 2nd place in the Eastern Conference. And this season, when trailing by 3 or fewer in the final 10 seconds, you got a scope of it there in the video. The Heat now 1 for 18 from the field overall, 1 for 16 on shots that could tie or go ahead. It is enough to make Heat fans cry, or the players.
Like I told my team, I'm not going to continue to fail them late in the games. I put a lot of blame on myself tonight, on telling the guys that I just keep failing them late in games, and I won't continue to do that.
Inside our locker room, we stick together. We're brothers. We win together, we lose together. Outside, the Miami Heat are exactly what everyone wanted. Losing games. The world's better now since the Heat is losing. But we'll figure it out. It's just painful. It hurts. We're competitors. We're winners. We're human. And we'll move on and try to learn from it.
This is painful for every single one of us going through this. a couple guys crying in the locker room right now. It is not a matter of want. It is a matter of doing and continuing to put ourselves in this position until we break through.
You try to do your best at it. You know, that's all you can do. And, you know, what is Pound going to do? You know, what is not doing that going to do? So, you know, that was one of the things we had to understand. We all decided to come together, that it was going to be a sacrifice going to have to be made. And, you know, you live with the consequence.
Were you one of the players crying from frustration?
You want to know if I was crying? Why you want to know if I was crying? The question is, I'm not going to tell you that.
I say dry your eyes with a newspaper. The Chicago Sun-Times headline, look at that. A whole thimbleful of sympathy there. Crying game. They get by him, so yeah.
I love newspapers and headlines.
Take shots. What a pity party. There we go. Tears.
You need a minute?
Nobody likes us.
Didn't Penny Marshall do a great movie called A League of Their Own?
Yeah.
She
There's
did.
no crying in basketball.
No.
Everybody's against us. They're wallowing in it. Your reaction to that kind of reaction, Chris Mullin? I mean, they're cracking here.
Well, obviously an emotional day in Miami, but I do think they can't overreact to this, because really this team's going to be judged on what they do in the playoffs. Now look, today was a microcosm of a lot of different things. They're 1-9 against the top teams in the NBA, Chicago being one of them. They're 5-13 in games decided by 5 or less. Like you said, Steve, they're 1-18 on last-second shots. That's a lot of things going wrong at the end of the game. Those possessions that I watched, the problem I see is, whether it's Dwayne Wade or LeBron James, they're attacking from the top of the floor, so the defense is set, waiting for them. Even if LeBron or Dwayne beat their man, there's guys waiting for them. And the support players are not in their spots, so there's no one to dish the ball to. And they're struggling. They're getting no support from the bench. They got the worst bench scoring in the league. Also, the problem is a lot of their good offensive players, be it Mike Bibby, James Jones, Mike Miller, they struggle defensively. And the defensive guys, who Eric Spoelstra probably prefers to have in there, Mario Chalmers, who had a decent game today, and Eric Dampier, supply no support offensively.